In this section, we'll learn to multiply binomials together. Remember that a binomial is a polynomial with two terms. So here we have x plus 2, that's a polynomial with two terms, and we have x plus 7, another polynomial with two terms, and we're going to multiply those two together. The method we'll use is often called the FOIL method. The FOIL method gives us a way to make sure that every term in the first set of parentheses gets multiplied once by every term in the second set of parentheses. FOIL stands for first, outer, inner, last. By first, we mean that we'll take the first term in each of the two binomials and multiply those together. So we'll get x times x, which is x squared. Now we take the outer two terms, or the first term in the first binomial and the last term in the second binomial. That'd be x times 7, or 7x. And now we take the inner terms, the second term in the first binomial and the first term in the second binomial. That's 2 times x, so we'll get plus another 2x. And then finally, we'll take the last terms in each, and we'll get 2 times 7, which is 14. Before we're done, we need to combine like terms. We have 7x plus 2x, so that's going to give us 9x. So we have x squared plus 9x plus 14. Let's go through the process again in part B. We'll take the first term of each binomial and multiply those together. That gives us u squared. Now the outer terms, that will be u times 4, or 4u. Now the inner terms, which gives us negative 5 times u, or negative 5u. And now the last terms, negative 5 times 4, will give us negative 20. Now we combine the like terms. We have plus 4u minus 5u, which will give us negative u. So we'll have u squared minus u minus 20. In this example, we'll multiply and simplify each of the expressions. We'll use the FOIL method. Remember, that means that we multiply the first two. 6w times 6w is going to give us 36w squared. And then we'll have the outer terms, 6w and 7. 6 times 7 is 42, so we'll have plus 42w. Now we take the inner terms, negative 7 and 6w. That will give us negative 42w. And finally, we take negative 7 and positive 7, the last terms, and that will give us negative 49. Now we combine like terms. We'll take 42w minus 42w, and that will give us 0. So we'll just be left with 36w squared minus 49. In part B, we have 5 plus h times 5 minus h. So we'll take the first two. 5 times 5 is going to give us 25. Then we'll take the first and the last, or the outer terms. That will give us 5 times negative h, which is negative 5h. Now we'll take the inner terms. H times 5 gives us positive 5h. And then the last terms will give us h times negative h, which is negative h squared. Notice that again, we have this cancellation. The minus 5h cancels with the plus 5h, and we'll have 25 minus h squared. What we're seeing here when the middle terms canceled is the result of having this form, having something like a plus b times a minus b. Then this will always be able to be written as a squared minus b squared, because those two middle terms will cancel. We often refer to this as a difference of squares. Let's check for understanding. Pause the video and work this one out on your own, and then come back and check your answer. We'll use the FOIL method for part A. We'll multiply the first term in each of the two binomials. That will give us x squared. Then we'll multiply the first and the last. That's going to be the outer terms, and so that'll give us x times 3, or 3x. Then we'll take the inner terms, negative 1 and x, which gives us negative x. And then we'll take the last terms, which will give us negative 1 times 3, which is negative 3. Now we're going to combine the like terms of 3x and minus x. That's going to give us x squared plus 2x minus 3. Part B has the binomial 3t plus 2 squared. We can rewrite this as 3t plus 2 times 3t plus 2. Now we can use the FOIL method. We'll take the first terms. That's going to give us 3t times 3t, which will be 9t squared. Now we can take the first term and the last term, that's the outer terms. That will give us 3t times 2, which is 6t. Now we can take the inner terms. That's going to give us 2 times 3t, that's another 6t. And then we'll have the last two terms, and that's going to give us 2 times 2, which is 4. So here, when we combine like terms, we'll have 9t squared. We'll combine the two 6t's to get plus 12t plus 4.